Hey, Gems. So last week, um, I started a new routine, and that is adding beetroot juice um, to my juicing regimen for this month. And I believe I will continue juicing beetroot every morning. Um, this has been an awesome experience. I've been hearing so much about beet juice, right? I don't like carrots and I don't like beets. I never eat them raw. I just don't like it. However, the first juice I made probably was about 2 months ago. And I realized that there's a natural sweetness to it. And I'm like, okay, I can get accustomed to this. But I never did. And so moving forward, I decided to go back to it because I'm a type 2 diabetic and there's so many benefits to drinking this, but drinking it every morning is the key. So I've tried different ways of juicing this. I don't have my blender yet. I did order it. Excuse me, I don't have my juicer yet. I did order it. I'm using my blender. I have two blenders. I have a Ninja blender, and I also have a just an older, smaller version of a blender. And I've been experimenting all weekend with different ways to make the beetroot juice, with different recipes I've seen on TikTok and recipes I have in my book. And it's an acquired taste. It's beautiful. I love color. So it is beautiful. Washing your beets is so important. They're full of dirt. So I actually washed them off. I have a routine. I like any other raw vegetable. I would wash it off and then I would soak it in white vinegar. I am cutting up this apple because I don't want to use the whole apple in any of my juices. I am seeking to ensure that all of my juices are have less sugar. And although fruits do have their sugar in it, as a diabetic, depending on how your body reacts, some fruits can still raise and or spike your numbers. I did experience that earlier this month when I was drinking the bottle juice, natural juice that I purchased. And so I had to make adjustments. So even when it comes to fruits and vegetables, yes, fruits and vegetables are great, but you also have to know how it affects your body and when to drink it and when not to drink it. And that's what I've been working on this month is learning what works for my body, learning how to apply it to my body and when to apply it. And I finally found a system for myself that works. So this here is a bulk juicing that I was doing. And then I have one where I was just doing it in the morning. And I realized waking up in the morning and making a, fresh cup of beet juice is what I think I may go with. But depending on my schedule, I work from home. I may not be able to juice every day. And if I do juice, in bulk, it won't be more than 2 or 3 days because there is a difference in taste when you drink it straight from the blender. Drink it automatically. And so there's so many benefits. I'm still practicing to get the right, you know, method that fits me. But I think once my juicer comes and arrives, it's going to be a little easier. But this is well worth the time that I put into it. Your health is so important. So when people say, "Oh, I don't have the time," I am learning to make the time. If I have to get up a little early, I do. I am an early bird, but I may have to get up early sometimes, and prepare it. And I'm enjoying the whole process. I'm enjoying the process of watching my body accept the change and understand that when you're going through these changes, your body is going to have some reactions. So I noticed that I was getting headaches. I was just feeling weird, and what I realized is my body is adjusting to whatever it's trying to release. And trust me, this drink is going to help you release things out. And so the toxins, just your bowels are smoother. It's so many levels. I know that might be too much TMI, but my vlogs are authentic. I am not going to hold back. I'm going to share with you um, what you will receive, right? If you've never juiced, right? Another thing you need to be aware of so you don't freak out is that when you drink beet juice, or I should just say when you eat beets or even carrots, you're going to see it when you go to the bathroom. You're going to see it in your urine. You're going to see it in your bowels. And it usually lasts, from what I've read and experienced, anywhere from 24 to 48 hours. So what that means is if you're drinking a nice amount of beet juice and you go to the bathroom, you will see the residue of it, the color change. It may look pinkish, it may look more red, depending on how much you had. You'll probably see that for your first 3 or 4 bowels, probably for the first 24 hours. Again, everybody's body is different, right? So you shouldn't get alarmed. Um, but you also want to make sure that prior to you drinking this juice that you never experience any type of redness, because if you've experienced that, that is something you need to go see your doctor with. This method here that I'm doing is because I don't have a cheesecloth, and again, I'm using a blender. And by experimenting, I found this to work really well. I took my time and squeezed it dry to get as much of the juice I can out of it, and it works. So again, this is for people who don't have all of the, check off lists that people talk about having, the cheesecloth, juicer. Don't be afraid to experiment. But if you want to juice and you have a blender, this is a great concept that you can try. Yes, beets is messy. And so what I normally do is sit paper towel underneath to make sure that there's no problem in your kitchen where you have to clean up. So once I move it, put everything up and just throw it in the trash. But it does wash out, so you don't have to be afraid of using beets at all. I'm loving it. I'm actually falling in love with beets